I was on a call with one of my clients yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that diets that she's done before, she felt restricted. She would get to a point where she'd hit a wall and just be like, screw it, because it just felt too restrictive and not sustainable. So she said that now she feels like it's not like she's fixating on food all the time. She's not worried about hitting perfect macros. She feels like she can incorporate the foods that she likes, and she feels like she can really see herself eating this way for the foreseeable future. And she feels confident, going into weekends and things like that. She's really come a long way with how she handles social situations. She is very social on the weekend, and now she feels like she's more in control. She always has a plan, and she doesn't, beat herself up when she feels like she can't stick to that plan 100%, because remember, it's not about being perfect, but she's focused on making sure that she's getting mostly nutrient dense foods. She does fit in fun stuff. She sets a limit with alcohol on the weekends. She sometimes doesn't even drink, which is a change for her. She makes sure that she's getting adequate physical activity. She has a great therapist. She is just doing so well. She plans her meals ahead of time. She focuses on having simple meals, repeatable meals, which is something I talk about a lot. So she really just doesn't have to think about it. Oftentimes copying meals from prior days, making little tweaks if necessary, but she's doing so well. She's already down a couple of pounds and a couple of inches. She's noticing differences in how her clothes are fitting, and she's not hitting that same wall that she normally does with other programs and diets that she's followed. And to keep this in mind, when you're tracking your food, the goal is to eventually be able to move away from that. But in the meantime, you're going to learn so much about how to build balanced meals that you don't need to remove any foods from your diet. You're going to learn how, what proper portions are for you and your goals. It's awesome. It's an awesome tool, not meant to be done forever unless you want to track your food. You always could track your food if you want to after you've reached, whatever goal, wherever place you feel happy. But if you stop tracking your food and eventually you feel like you need a little bit of a refresher, you could always take it back out. It's just a tool you could take out and put back when and if needed. If you need help and support, I'm always here. But remember that whatever you do to lose weight, you're going to need to continue to do all those great things after you've reached whatever goal it is that you have, right? So whatever you do to lose the weight, you're going to have to do to maintain. No, not tracking your food, but you're going to have to fundamentally change how you show up every day. Your lifestyle will need to change. Your overall behaviors will need to change, your habits. And it's not like you get to your goal and then you just stop doing all those great things and you go back to what you were doing before. You're going to need to continue to do these great things to maintain your results. And that's where a lot of programs kind of fail because, if you're focusing on cutting out an entire food group or, whatever restrictive method you might be doing, when you get to your goal and then you reincorporate those foods, you likely feel out of control with those foods. You don't know how to incorporate those foods. It's not teaching you actual tools and skills. So you want to focus on learning tools and skills instead of following rules that don't make any sense.